Hello everyone and welcome to English for You. I'm Mike.
And I'm Laura.
And today and tomorrow, Laura, we are going to the movies.
Oh, yes we are.
And we're going to India.
We are?
We're going to see Indian movies.
Ooh, are you talking about Bollywood?
That's exactly what I'm talking about. But we're actually going to find out that Bollywood, kind of putting the Hollywood of India in Bombay or Mumbai, that's why we call it.
Mumbai.
It's actually not really accurate because India is a big country with a lot of people and a lot of languages and a lot of different cultures. So they actually have a lot of different movie industries.
So not just Bollywood that we all know.
That's exactly right. Like in America, they don't just make movies in Hollywood, right? They make movies all over the place in America. So we're going to be looking at Indian cinema, Bollywood, and beyond. So that's going to be very interesting. Now, have you ever seen a Bollywood movie?
Of course, I think I have, but it's been a while.
It's been a while.
I can't really remember which one I watched.
It's hard to keep up because they do make a lot of movies.
Yeah.
But hopefully after today and tomorrow, we're going to be a lot more knowledgeable about Indian cinema, Bollywood as it's called. And maybe we'll even find a couple of movies or some styles.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get a good motivation to go out there and watch some very interesting India cinema from Bollywood and beyond. Let's check out the article.
Reading.
Indian cinema, Bollywood and beyond. When you think of Indian cinema, you likely think of Bollywood. The costumes, beautiful singing voices, and catchy tunes make Bollywood films something to remember. Bollywood combines two words, Bombay and Hollywood. Bombay is known as Mumbai today. In this city is a huge film industry. Let's take a look at some key features of Bollywood cinema. Bollywood movies are usually long. This helps people become more emotionally drawn into the story. They're also full of color. Many Bollywood movies share a similar type of story. For example, one common story is about a poor man falling in love with a woman from a rich family. The two must beat the odds, and love wins in the end. Bollywood movies follow the masala film genre, which includes a lot of amazing music and dancing. Bollywood movies are great at using music and dancing to show the love between the characters. Just be warned, the songs can get stuck in your head.
All right. Now, there may be some really big Bollywood fans out there. It is kind of an international movie style that has fans all over. So to those people, we apologize. There might be a lot of stuff here that you're like, yeah, I know that. But to most of us, we don't know much. And I think the article is kind of beginning from that point of view for most of us. It says, when you think of Indian cinema, you likely think of Bollywood, right?
That's
if you walked up to the average person on the street and said, Indian cinema, they would probably go, Bollywood. Because that's what most people think. You know, that's true. Now, when we use this word cinema, this might be kind of confusing. We're talking about movies, we're talking about films, we're talking about those big things we go to the movie theater to watch on a big screen. But cinema, it's kind of a fancier term for movies, right? You wouldn't say, oh, the cinema, I was at the cinema watching a wonderful Marvel picture or something like that. That might be a movie. Now, if it's a movie that's slightly more artistic, that's slightly more about the acting and the writing and the direction and the camera work and all that kind of stuff, you might call it cinema. It's kind of the difference between, you know, going to a restaurant and having a chef make your food as opposed to a cafe where a cook makes your food. It's all food, but one is maybe slightly fancier than the other kind.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And how do we use this
Oh, yes, to give you an example sentence and a good example for cinema, Jean-Luc Godard was a master of French New Wave cinema.
Wow.
These are very important movies, very interesting movies. But not a lot of superheroes and car crashes and gunfights and stuff. A lot of people sitting around in shadow smoking and saying mysterious things in a very artistic way.
OK， 所以呢，一开始课文呢就带我们来了解今天整课的主题，就是当你想到印度电影，很有可能就会想到什么呢？刚刚我们一直到提到的 Bollywood 宝莱坞。那我们其实标题就有出现 Indian。注意哦，这里指的当然就是印度的。那我们一直都在提的就是印度的 cinema， 就是电影啦，或者是我们也可以把它当做是一个电影业这样的意思。其实它就是 movies，OK， 可是它是比较感觉是比较有质感的一个名词，一个 term。那因为我最近又迷上了阿汤哥，他的 Top Gun 2 it's so good. Tom Cruise is well known for his work in the cinema. Yeah, I think he's not just an actor, he's also a producer and a director. 所以阿汤哥其实在电影界真的是非常的知名，很厉害哦。
That's true. He does a lot of different styles of movies, all of them quite well.
Yeah.
But he's never done Bollywood. I've never seen Tom Cruise singing and dancing in a Bollywood movie. Maybe something for you to consider, Mr. Cruise, in the future as you look for a new challenge, because there's a lot to enjoy about Bollywood movies, and seeing Tom Cruise in one, I mean, that would be a pretty big movie. Let's look at what we could imagine Tom Cruise doing. The costumes, beautiful singing voices, and catchy tunes make Bollywood films something to remember. Yeah, if you think that fighter jets in a movie are cool, wait till you see a Bollywood movie with all the costumes, the catchy tunes, the wonderful dance sequences. There's so much to enjoy. Costumes, of course, are the clothes that performers will wear in a play, in a TV show, in a movie, not their real clothes, the clothes of the character that they are playing. That's the costume. And of course, catchy. Well, something is catchy, it kind of sticks in your head, right? It's that kind of song, you hear it once, and you're singing it for another 4 days or something like that.
Commercial jingles make
Commercial
you do
jingles,
that.
pop songs, things like that, yes. And of course, when we're talking about something catchy, we're probably talking about a tune. A tune are basically the notes, the thing that you're singing in your head. Tune might not be the drums and the rhythm of the song. It might not be all the parts of the song, but it would definitely be the part that you remember the most, that you sing the most frequently, that most people will have heard. If I go da 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 da, I don't have to play the drums or have anything else going on. Just the tune makes you know that that's the happy birthday song. We can also, though, use this to talk about a song, like a new tune on the radio is a new song, but really it's the main music part, the part that would stick in your head, the part that you would sing. For example, have you heard the new song by Wet Leg? It's so good and I can't get the tune out of my head.
I'm gonna listen to it and see if that's gonna stick in my head.
Yeah.
OK， 所以我们回到的宝莱坞电影哦，他们的服装啊、美妙的歌声以及朗朗上口的曲子，都会让这个宝莱坞的电影非常有记忆点哦。首先，我们先来看一下刚刚提到的 costume， 其实就是表演时候我们会穿到的戏服或是服装。所以在印度电影里面，尤其是宝莱坞电影，会看到哇非常闪亮亮的这个服装哦。那刚刚有提到他们的歌曲都非常的 catchy。catchy 就是指像一个曲子非常容易记得、朗朗上口的。OK， 而 tune 就是指歌曲啦、曲调啦，它是一个名词。
Bollywood combines two words, Bombay and Hollywood. Yeah, people put that together. And they came up with Bollywood. It's kind of a cute thing, but now it means, you know, the Indian movie business. And when we combine things, we are mixing things together. We're mixing them in such a way that they kind of stop being different and they start becoming something new because they really have been mixed. You can't really think of a soup as combining things because if you cut up carrots and potatoes, they're still carrots and potatoes. But if you think of your coffee and then you pour milk in and you stir it, well, that then becomes milky coffee. It stops being milk and coffee and becomes something new because you have combined these things together. For example, Tex-Mex cooking combines American and Mexican style food.
So people might be wondering, Bollywood 它是哪个两个字组合的？其实呢，就是这个 Bombay and Hollywood. Hence, Bollywood，OK，就这两个字的组合了。那 Bombay 其实就是孟买以前的称号，那现在叫什么？待会我们会来介绍。而 combine 这个动词就是结合、组合。For example, hydrogen combines with oxygen to form water. Or when you were cooking, we might say combine all the ingredients in a large bowl.
Absolutely. You know, that does seem a little confusing. Bombay, if you look for it on a map, you probably won't find it anymore.
No.
Because as the article says, Bombay is known as Mumbai today. Yeah, so they kind of came up with a new, like when I was a little kid, we used to say Peking. Right? Instead of Beijing. Yeah, so sometimes people are like, yeah, well, that's not really the way we say the country or the city, so we're going to change it. So that's what they did. But I guess the Bollywood came along before they changed.
Mollywood now.
Mollywood? Yeah. Mummywood? Mumbai, Mummywood? No, I don't think that would work. But anyways, the name for the movie stuck around when the name of the city changed.
Right. OK， 所以 Bombay 现在如果大家要去 Google Map 的话，就会觉得找不到，因为它就是现在的 Mumbai， 孟买就是现在的说法哦。
Now, in this city, it says, is a huge film industry. In the city of Mumbai is a huge film industry. Absolutely. It's very much a huge city. And an industry, what is an industry? It's basically a sector or a category of business. We're not talking about a company, we're talking about a group of companies that all generally do the same kind of business. It's not a word you might use a lot, but if you're reading about the business news, it might say that the car industry or the oil industry or the computer industry, things like that. So there's a big group, a big category of business with many different companies, but we're talking about kind of the work, the business that they do in their industry. For example, the computer industry gets a lot of its microchips from Taiwan. That's right. Also the electronics industry, making all your handheld devices. And the car industry also gets a lot of its microchips from here. Taiwan's very important.
Okay, very important. Okay, 所以回到的 Mumbai, 就是孟买，在这座城市当中有个非常大的电影产业哦。Industry 这个字就是产业、行业，像刚刚我们提到好多，像 computer industry、car industry，and of course the movie industry，
entertainment industry，
the entertainment industry。OK， 不过这里我们先要停一下，因为刚刚有出现一个非常重要的文法，我们要来解释一下。那一般句子我们是不是主词加动词加地方副词的片语哦？不过大家有没有发现，刚刚有一个句子哦，它是将地方副词的片语放在句首倒装，用在于强调地点的描述，这是比较正式的用法哦。然后也会让句子感觉非常有文学性哦。那倒装的时候呢，句中的主词跟动词的位置就需要互换。我们来看一下原句的句型，应该是主词加 be 动词，或者是动词加上地方副词的片语哦。那倒装句呢，就是地方副词在最前面哦的这个或是片语哦，再加上 be 动词或者是动词，再加上主词。我们来看回我们刚刚的句型，在课文当中 ，In this city is a huge film industry。大家有没有发现，倒装句强调位置，所以它把 in the city 移到句首，形成倒装。那主要动词这里是 is。那这个如果还原为一般动词在前面的一般主词在前面的句构，就变成什么呢？我们来看一下原句，你可以这么写 ：A huge film industry is in this city。看起来好像比较简单好认哦。好啊，那另外一个要注意的地方就是写成倒装句的时候呢，动词单复数的变化一定要跟主词一致哦。我们来看另外一个例子就会更清楚。Near my apartment lives a nice old lady who lives with 2 cute dogs and a cat。我的公寓附近住着一位和2只可爱的狗狗，还有1只猫居住的和蔼可亲的老太太。So the article next reads, let's take a look at some key features of Bollywood cinema.
That sounds like a great idea to get to know a little bit more about what makes these movies so special and different. It says Bollywood movies Bollywood movies are usually long.
Oh, they are.
That is a very good point.
OK， 所以我们来看看有一些宝莱坞电影的主要的特色。那第一个真的是我可以想到，通常宝莱坞电影的片长都超长的啦。
Now, I kind of like longer movies.
You do?
I find them enjoyable, and I think that also it gives the writers more time to tell a good story. And that's kind of what they say in the next sentence. It says this, long movies, this helps people become more emotionally drawn into the story. Yeah, absolutely. Because if you want the story to make you feel something, obviously you need to be emotionally drawn into it. Emotions, talking about your feelings. When you're happy, when you're sad, when you're, ooh, I hate that bad guy. Ooh, I want something bad to happen. Oh, look, they're kissing. Oh, I'm so happy. So if you're emotionally drawn, it pulls you in. When everything's car chases and superhero fights and stuff, there's not really time to get you emotionally drawn. You might be excited. It might be cool. But you're like, whatever, the bad guy got killed, I don't really care. Because I wasn't emotionally drawn or pulled kind of into the movie. That's true. For example, does my newest poem make you feel anything emotionally? Ode to my bath towel.
Okay, bath towel, not emotionally
My emotions
drawn.
about my bath towel?
No, OK.
好
好了，那回到宝莱坞的电影，如果它片长那么长，这样子会怎么样呢？会使人在情感上更加被剧情深深的吸引着。Emotionally 这个副词就是有着情感上的或是情绪上的。For example, the singer cried so emotionally that everyone wondered if it had to do with her recent breakup.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, too emotional. 然后再来，我们看到动词的 draw, not drawing， 这里指的是吸引 ，OK？ 那当然，就是课文当中又是用过去分词当做形容词的用法，表示被吸引的哦。
All right, so these movies are quite long. So as the audience, you get good value for your money. Here's another good thing. They're also full of color.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, they're very colorful. The costumes are great.
Yes.
There's so many people on the screen. There's a lot to kind of keep your eyes entertained. And it says many Bollywood movies share a similar type of story. So I guess one of the things is, there'll be a happy ending. The bad guy will get his and the good guys will get together and fall in love or whatever. So that's kind of fun, right? Sometimes you don't really want the sad ending or the dramatic ending. You want the happy ending just because it makes you feel good.
OK， 另外呢，宝莱坞电影也充满了很多的色彩。那他们其实拥有很类似的故事剧情啦。那这里的 share 的动词呢，就是有共同拥有某一些特质或是观点。Let's hear some examples.
Well, I don't think any of these examples will be too different from movies we've seen, Hollywood movies or movies made in other places. It says, for example, one common story is about a poor man falling in love with a woman from a rich family. Okay.
Aladdin.
Exactly. Or a poor woman falling with a man from a rich family. I mean, there's many movies kind of like that.
That's right. OK， 其实举例来说，一个非常很常见的故事呢，就是关于一个贫穷的男生爱上一个来自非常有钱的家庭的可能千金之类的，但是这个其实也很常见在其他的电影当中，不是只有宝莱坞电影哦。Fall in love with somebody or something 就是爱上某人或者是某事这样的意思。
So the poor man falls in love with the rich girl. The poor lady falls in love with the rich man. Probably the rich person's friends and family are like, oh no, you can't be in love with a person like that. They're so different from you. And all this stuff happens. And as we read, the two must beat the odds and love wins in the end. Well, of course it does. That gives us our happy ending. But you have to go through some kind of struggle, some kind of problem in the movie, right? To make it dramatic, to draw you in emotionally. If she falls in love with the poor guy and the family's like, great, marry the poor guy. We like him. that's it. The movie's over. They have the wedding. That's the happy ending. But the movie's only 20 minutes long. So they have to beat the odds. When you beat the odds, you're successful when it looks like you probably won't be. The odds here, talking about the numbers that people might use when they're betting to see if it's a safe bet, if it's probably going to win, or if it's a very risky, dangerous bet and you will probably lose. If the odds are against you, that means you will probably lose. You have to be super lucky to win. But then if you beat the odds, then you did win, even though all the math and all the numbers and everyone was like, no way, you're gonna lose for sure. You didn't? You beat the odds. Well done. Good for you.
所以两个人必须克服种种的困难，而真爱会战胜一切。听起来有点拔辣，但是大家都喜欢这种 cheesy movies. I love them. Okay, beat the odds 就是克服困难，其中的 odds 就是指困难不利的条件哦。
All right, Bollywood movies follow the masala film genre, which includes a lot of amazing music and dancing, just more entertainment. This masala film genre, when we talk about a genre, we can be talking about movies or music, art, books, all sorts. Basically, it's a kind of music, a kind of movie, a kind of art. If you say, I love sci-fi, I love horror, I love comedy, those are genres of films. If you say, I love jazz, I love classical, I love hip-hop, those are genres of music. They're all music, they're all films, but of course they come in different styles. And if something is amazing, it's really, really good, especially in a way you didn't quite expect. You're like, I thought it would be good, but it was amazing. It was so good. I was really impressed and kind of surprised. For example, we had an amazing day walking around the art gallery, drinking coffee and buying souvenirs. I thought I would be bored, but I had a great time.
Oh, that's really nice to hear. OK, 所以宝莱坞电影是按照 masala 的电影类型，这里的 follow 就是按照某种的模式发生，而 genre 不论是提到电影啦、音乐啦、写作艺术，就是指类型。所以到底什么是 masala film genre 呢？masala film 是个开始在1970年代的电影类型，就是像。它里面有很多很多的元素，像是动作、爱情，还有通俗喜剧，都融合在一个作品当中。Oh, and we also saw the word amazing. Amazing 就是刚刚 Mike 说的非常好的，通常是你惊呼说怎么会这么好这样的形容词。For example, wow, this pumpkin soup is amazing.
Ooh.
I didn't think so, but it was amazing.
I have to try that amazing pumpkin soup. Okay, back to the article. Bollywood movies are great at using music and dancing to show the love between the characters. Yeah, it's true. Actually, in Bollywood movies, you can't really show a lot of kissing and all that kind of stuff like we might see in other movies. So they have to have these romantic dances and all this stuff.
It's not R-rated.
Exactly. It's very family friendly, but they still have to show the love for the characters. So they do it with dance. And of course, we get very entertained by all that wonderful music and dancing.
所以宝莱坞电影是擅长用歌舞展现角色之间的爱哟。
That's right. Now, you won't have to cover your eyes in a Bollywood movie love scene, but there might be a danger from these dancing scenes. Just be warned, the songs can get stuck in your head. So you won't be shocked, what are they doing? But you will be like, I can't get the song out of my head. It's been a week now and I'm still singing that love song because they're really catchy.
So be warned, 就是当心了，
We have warned you.
里面的歌曲会一直留在你的脑海中，挥之不去，很洗脑。Stuck 这里当形容词来用，就是卡住的，所以 get stuck 就是表示歌曲会一直留在你的脑海中哦。
All right, that wraps it up for today, but we'll have more about Bollywood movies, including a lot of the different styles. So it's actually going to get really kind of technical and interesting.
Not just Bollywood.
But you're going to know a lot more about Bollywood than you do now after tomorrow's article. So make sure you come back for that. But before we finish, we do have our chat question, which we'll be looking at now.
For you, chat.
All right, so the chat question is about Bollywood movies and our knowledge or experience. Have you ever watched a Bollywood movie? If yes, what did you think of it? If no, would you like to? Why or why not?
Yes, I have, but it's been a while, so I sort of forgot about it. But yeah, they were pretty much what the article described.
They were. They
Lots
are.
of dancing, very colorful.
Right.
And the songs.
Songs. And many of them are so modern these days, too, right? They're kind of taking the old Bollywood style and changing it a lot. I saw one not long ago. Actually, a Taiwanese friend gave me the DVD because she loved it. It was kind of a Bollywood European road trip movie. It was like these three guys, they're bachelors, they go to Spain for a holiday. All sorts of cool stuff happens. And the really interesting thing was they had the big Bollywood dance sequences, but they were doing like flamenco style Spanish music with the Bollywood music. So they're actually making them really more international now.
It's more different.
Blending genres and blending music styles in a very interesting way. So there are many wonderful Bollywood movies out there. Action, romance, comedy, all of the above. Go out and look for one. And whatever you do, come back tomorrow because we'll have more from Bollywood for you. Until then, bye-bye. Vocabulary Review.
Cinema. Jack is arguing with his friend about the best movie to use as an example of Japanese cinema. Tune. Lisa heard a tune on the radio, and it's been stuck in her head all day. Combine. Judy made the drink by combining the juice with 4 cups of water and some sugar. Industry. My dad has worked in the computer industry for most of his working life. Emotionally. When Alex broke up with his girlfriend, it was very painful for him emotionally. He couldn't stop crying. Amazing. Kathleen has the amazing ability to learn a new dance in a matter of minutes.
智慧小补帖。
Costume. Catchy. Beat the odds. Genre.
以上节目是由活用空中美语制作，活用空中美语杂志，请洽询全国各大书店。如欲索取试听教材，请来电02-2364-4000 02-2364-4000，或上网查询，网址是 www.english4u.net www.english4u.net